Surprisingly, established measures of sexism and gender stereotypes do not moderate backlash, and neither does participant gender. As I said, women are just as likely to reject strong, self-confident women for leadership roles as men. So who then is most likely to reject agentic female leaders? System justification theory argues that even women can be co-opted into defending patriarchy as fair and just. In 2012, we found that people who justified the gender system were also more likely to engage in backlash against agentic female leaders. Aha, we finally found a moderator. So this is a reminder slide. You can pause it to review the items. These are sample items from the gender system justification scale. So in our research, whether we measured gender system justification or manipulated a system threat, we found that defending patriarchy moderated backlash for both genders. Finally, we had a clue to what justifies backlash, believing that the gender status quo is just and fair, as well as an individual difference moderator. But that still left us with a vital question. What is it about patriarchy that people deem worthy of defense? What's so great about it? Possible suspects were social dominance orientation. You learn about this, I think, by chapter 11. So this is just kind of a brief intro to it. One sample item is it's probably a good thing that certain groups are at the top and other groups are at the bottom. And many other items are sort of just kind of reiterating this idea that having social hierarchies is a good thing. So, of course, people who favor social hierarchies, who think that it's a good thing to have disparate power arrangements in general, should also defend the gender status quo, right, or patriarchy. So if so, that would be like attitude consistency. I like patriarchy because I like social hierarchies. Not too exciting, but certainly a possible suspect. And then our old friend gender essentialism is in the mix. A sample item for gender essentialism is, I think that personality and behavior differences between men and women are largely determined by the biological differences between the genders. So it seemed to us that people who point to biology as the cause of sex differences should also defend patriarchy as natural. Now, both of these are positively correlated with various prejudices, including gender system justification beliefs. But we also included a third ideology inspired by the 2016 election, social Darwinism. It turns out to be key for understanding how people legitimize unequal systems based on, yes, gender, but also race and class. So what is social Darwinism? It's the belief that humans, like plants and animals, are governed by natural laws dictating survival of the fittest. It's like came out in the 1800s, shortly after Charles Darwin invented evolutionary theory, which he applied mainly to plants and animals, not so much to men. Although he does have a book called The Descent of Man, in which he hints that there might be some parallels there. But there were sociologists and psychologists in Britain and America who took that and ran with it and said, oh, we're going to use this to explain power differences between groups of people. So we call it social Darwinism because they're applying it to people and specifically to power differences. So it justifies power differences or social hierarchies by viewing life as a contest in which dominance is necessary for success. Some people refer to it as, jungle law. In his interviews and 2016 campaign, Trump showed he was a social Darwinist, as seen in this video where he's being interviewed by Oprah Winfrey.